we meet those guys, you know?
I sit outside the U.S. Embassy. There she is.
There they are.
Oh, they got a ball
Hey.
line. Should we
Is
grab
there
one?
glue vine there?
Yes, right in that little building
Is
right
there?
there.
Where is it?
What year?
What year? Like 69. Gas 69 means it was invented in 1969. So this one is from 70s, I think.
Okay, so 70s. But they didn't change it much.
No, no. It's very durable one. You can repair anything, fix anything just with a screwdriver and hammer. You know,
Really?
Russian simplicity. It works in any condition, everywhere really, and it goes through nearly everything.
Wow.
So
It's
how
a
do
tough car, you know.
Yeah.
so how do you say Soviet Union in Slovak?
Sovietski Zväz. Zväz means like a union.
Wow. That's amazing.
So it's run on
still
diesel,
running.
diesel fuel?
No, this is petrol. It's for like pistons.
4 cylinders, yeah.
And it eats like 20-25 per 100 kilometers.
Wow.
Liters, yeah, of petrol. It has very high consumption.
Because it's a tough car. That,
Yeah. And there was a plenty, you know, during the Cold War. There was on the Russian side there was a plenty of fuel, as much as you want.
Yeah.
So there wasn't an issue.
No. Now it's
Now it's a little bit of an issue.
A little different, yeah.
Russia still has plenty.
I think it's coal, right?
Yeah.
I think it is coal. It's definitely coal. Now we're going onto the old communist bridge.
I walked across it for the first time here.
Like during socialism, coming here without permission, you would have a big problem. You could risk to be killed.
Permission?
Yeah. Now today we have. I don't really see much. This is crazy fog. I haven't seen something like this.
Oh, this would be the night to make a break for it, though, right?
Yeah.
Bro is going to Austria.
So, and this is the old roads made for these cars, for border guards. They are patrolling this line. Here, like, I don't know, 50, 100 meters is Austria. So when you would be here before 89, before the Velvet Revolution, you would be lucky. You're very close to freedom, you know, as they thought.
Why is the border here? I'm surprised that the river's not the border all along.
Yeah,
I mean, why didn't Austria fight to have this territory that is on this side of the river? Or did they? I mean,
yeah, actually they did, and during the Second War it was annexed to be part of Germany. This suburban Petržalka, before the First War, it was part of Hungary, and it was a very small village on a corner of Hungary. After First War, because Hungary was they lose, you know, the war, so they were really decimated, and they couldn't defend the territory. So Czechoslovak armies from Bratislava, they just, you know, went under the bridge, like very strong young guys just climbed under the bridge, and they came to Hungary and patrol, and, you know, without any shooting, they just odzbrojili.
They armed them.
So this one here, this is the balloon hole for the anti-tank cannon, and it was pointing to the Danube River, and it was also supported by artillery from other part of Bratislava in case of any, you know, attack by the river, if the enemy, you know, would decide. And this here
So
is
this what was this? The pit?
it's like a ditch. It's a ditch where ammunition was falling, you know. They used one, and also it's natural obstacle for enemy.
Yeah.
And if the bunker would be bombarded from a long distance, the coming, you know, trash and rocks would not hide the weapons. Everything could fall down.
Oh. Wow.
clever.
Well, it's in Slovak. It's called diamond ditch, or, you know, protect, defending.
Yeah.
That looks like an aperture of a camera, doesn't it?
It
Yeah,
does.
it does. So like, how many of these are around?
Here in this flood forest, 4 of these. And in Bratislava, 25. In Czechoslovakia, more than 200 of these heavy fortresses, much bigger, and more than 10,000 of small bunkers.
All just to take care of
Nobody-
potential.
Good evening. No one here.
All for potential like
Young
invasion
lovers,
by
huh?
the U.S. or Western forces?
During the Cold War, it was strategically still important to have them. They were making a little bit more pressure herein to actually seal the bunker from any chemicals and you know through all the holes here.
That's cool. Chemical warfare.
Yeah. Oh man, look at that.
Man, that's how crazy that thing is.
If you turn this, you're getting the high. And it's-
So I'm American,
just run
so
that-
we have to touch guns. You know,
yeah.
we pet them. And
Hey, these
try to
are
hold on to them.
these would be legal in America, right? Amendment 2.
No, no. These are total. This is our second.
Just
amendment
run
right
those
here,
bandoliers,
right here.
those
Yeah.
bandoliers
Yeah.
right through it, right?
I mean, everyone needs one, right?
All right, just in case we need to hunt
look
or
at that.
take back the government.
That's crazy.
If Trump comes into power,
It went down, guys. You went down.
No.
No. Go to the left.
Wait, he went down.
Joey,
Joey,
gonna get
that's
us in
good.
trouble on our field trip.
Barney started it.
Is he?
Is Barney down there? Yes. You know what? That's cool. I like that. I mean, you guys are. You've been hanging out with high school kids for a long time. That's good.
That one glove.
Oh, it's warm in here.
I don't know, this is probably, those are the bunkers, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
That's, Austria.
Nazi
this
Austria.
is Czechoslovakia.
Wow.
Big menace.
Where'd you find that?
Where'd you guys find this thing?
This?
These posters.
These posters, we made them.
We made them.
These are the 4 bunkers. We were at the BS1, and now we are at the BS4. And we went from the beginning like this road, yeah, and then we came like here. And so they're in this direction, 500 meters, one from another one. And there is another 20 going all around Petržalka. Petržalka is kind of the, more than 25. Also small bunkers here. And this is how the fire field would be looking like. So they're not shooting in front of them, not to the back, but in between, creating more effective crossfire. There was a lot of iron going here all around, anti-tank barriers, barbed wire. So it was, prepared for the enemy, for the Nazis.
Yeah.
We had the power in that time, but without allies, we were not really able to stop them.
Right.
We can hold them for, let's say, 2 weeks, but that was it.
So they decided just to give in instead.
And is that what this can show?
This is the Czechoslovakia from '38. This is the Sudetenland, where a lot of these bunkers were built, all the highlighted parts here. And Hitler wanted it because there was a big German minority living here, and he was making a propaganda against Czechoslovakia. Sorry, I don't want to fire off myself. So he was spreading the propaganda. We were described as the killers of families of this minority, as the ones who are suppressing their human rights. What actually was big political pressure in that time, and this escalated in Czechoslovakia to announcing a general mobilization. All the men were called to arms. And Czechoslovakia, it's the first article saying something about the mobilization. It was a great event. Everyone wanted, everyone wanted to fight, and we were like patriots in real meaning. Unfortunately, in 48 hours, Czechoslovakians managed to put together more than 2 million of men. In that time, we had really well-trained and well-equipped army. In comparison to Germany, they had in 48 something like 1.5 million of men ready to strike, really, because after the First War, they were not really allowed to build army. Adolf Hitler did it very wisely politically. He called the Munich Agreement, and is the middle article, inviting our former allies, Great Britain and France, who from the beginning, after the First War, they were supporting Czechoslovakia and, you know, guaranteeing our land, our border. And he managed to, you know, convince them that if Czechoslovakia doesn't give up, we would be considered as the aggressor, and he would have the full right to come in. And they agreed. They wanted to keep peace in Europe, you know, quiet, nothing will happen. Hitler gets what he wants, and, you know, peace. But it was kind of the blind step from our perspective. That's why it's widely known here as the Munich betrayal. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, well,
The Munich betrayal.
Yeah.
Love
it's like the Crimea.
It's very similar. We used to say, we see the parallel, you know, when we used to say the history is, you know, repeating. So yeah, it's a quite interesting part of our history, which isn't actually well, you know, taught in schools. That's why we are trying to spread the information about the Democratic Republic here. And also, when Hitler came to Czechoslovakia, he took not only Sudetenland, but all the area here. Slovakians created their own state, and we were forced to become an ally with Hitler. So actually, it's not written all over the books, but we actually started the war with Hitler, because it was in 1938, from the beginning, the Slovakian state was created, and then the war was called. And the last picture there on the right side is showing Hitler himself on the right side, and behind him is the BS4. This was the first heavy fortress he saw from Czechoslovakia. Yeah, he was here somewhere.